has ambiguous gender, I found out when I was reading about them the other day. So I was like, cool, okay, I can work with that. My real name is complicated, but my nickname is Zoe, but yet it gets shortened to Wee. Aww, that's kind of cute. I always love Zoe with a Y. Eocene is just a time period from deep history that I like, full of mammals and fauna and stuff. Oh yes, I remember. I think I can't remember. Someone looked it up before when I was talking about Eocene because they were like the Eocene era, right? Put a couple of pictures in Discord of the hitch. Any excuse to break out the welder and plaster cutter, and I do it. Do it, Newfie. Thank you so much for sharing. I will come and check that out after stream. Exclamation point Discord, if you're not in there already, come along and join us. It's a lovely, lovely place. Super duper chill. If you're liking the vibes in here, then you can get them all week long in the Night of School server. Wanted a Twitch name that sort of rhymed and had no numbers. Yes! Oh my goodness. No disrespect to anyone who has numbers in their name, because I'm sure that they have meanings and things, but, like, I try and steer clear of numbers. Josh and I said if we ever had a baby, we'd name her Evelyn or Molly, because they're cute names. As a boy would be lost, so I don't have any alternatives. Molly is a very cute name. Evelyn is cute because you can shorten it to Evie or Eve. Zoe. Evelyn has been used as a man's name before. Really? That's interesting. I mean, to me, like, names probably shouldn't be gendered anyway, but, you know. I hope you all like your names out there, and if you don't, I hope you find one that you do like. Today, instead of metal, play with your wood. Nice. Not in Norway, they could have been bullied until death. Oh, don't want that. Evelyn Wall, for example, yes. Chose Kobe for our firstborn. Something my husband always wanted to call his first line. 13 years down the line, she's now known as Autumn. Autumn's a beautiful name as well. Kobe is a great name. And Autumn is also a great name. But yeah, I tend to fill with names. I think I said something to my sister about it before, and she was a bit about me, like, because I'd said I quite like the name Cozy. The people who I care about the most call me Cozy, for the most part, or Casey. And I kind of wanted to stick with that, but can't take credit, she chose it. I mean, I love that though, when you get people who are like, nice name. It's like, thanks, I picked it out myself. Online name is AJ, but on Twitch it's Weirdo. I mean, Weirdo is a great name. I'm kind of in love with that. Huge fan of swapping names that they don't feel like fit anymore. Yeah. I think I remember reading someone saying something before where they were just like, they went and told their parents that they wanted to change their name. And their dad, thankfully, was like, we gave you that name as a gift. When we didn't really know you. If you feel like it doesn't fit anymore, you can take gifts back. You can swap them. You can swap them for something that works better with you. Has anyone addressed mail to you as Cozy Witch yet? Yes. Luke did. A couple of other people who've sent me lovely things, Christmas cards and things like that, have addressed it to Cozy Witch. It's technically the business name as well, so it kind of works. Josh came up behind me and apparently we are never naming our kid Molly, but Evelyn is okay. Changed my surname and that caused some upset for relatives. I do it 100 times over. I love my name. You changed your surname? I kind of love that. But yeah, maybe one day I'll be officially Cozy on all the documentation and stuff. That would be fun. But yeah, one of my sisters was like, she didn't really like the idea of me changing my name, and I'm like, but I wasn't named for anyone. I wasn't, it's not going to be like offending a distant relative or something like that. It's just a name that my parents picked for me, and I don't feel like it fits me that well. Maybe one day I'll do it. Maybe one day I'll come out to them as non-binary. That will happen. Rather common, even though I adore froggies. If I move back home, I'll change my username. Maybe one day. Big ol' Pippin. Pippin's a great name. Hold on. Changed my first, middle, and surname, and it's a bomb name. I mean, isn't that amazing? Like, you're just like, this name works. You like your leaves or maple leaves? Oh, these? My little ivy. Yeah, my little ivy trail that sort of goes around the middle there. It keeps them all looking nice. Like I said, it usually has like a little Hessian mat in the middle, which kind of fits more with the aesthetic, but we're going with the foam today. I would just be Newfie. Yeah, I love Newfie. Newfie is a great name. Maybe we should name our kid Alex. Oh, how cute would that be? You could call them Aflaf. You could literally call them Aflaf. Like, wouldn't that be wonderful? Here we go. Right, so I'm going for a little bit more of the yellow and orange mix that we had before. Autumn won't change her middle name. She was named after my late grandfather, Autumn Williams. She doesn't care and it's fab. She's just her own person, doesn't care what other things. So glad to have raised such a wonderful, strong daughter. Floss, you have done an amazing job raising and supporting your child to be their authentic self. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and we appreciate you so much. What about naming myself Pippin on Twitch? Just banned or people think I was a rapper. But yeah, William as a middle name for a female just makes me very happy. My online name is Emirel or Emirel. Or drifting or drifting light, depending on what site I'm on how long I've been there. Yeah, I'm mostly Cozy Witch on most things now. People may think strange names are weird, but it used to make me hesitant to possibly change my name to something strange or unique. Met a guy in college whose actual legal birth name was Blade, and from that point I said, F it, strangely named people are always going to exist, I'm not going to restrict myself from becoming one just because I chose it rather than being born with it. Yeah, exactly. Did say if we have a boy, we might name him Evo after Evo Caprino. Do I know Evo Caprino? I don't know if I know the name. So this should go pretty much all the way up here, so we need a little bit less on that one. Let's see how we go on. I'm JR, that's all I can be. You are JR, and we love you so much. So very, very much. You are the bestest. Do I still get to see you later? I hope so. They're good wrestles to watch, you see. Sunset was picked because I figured I'd be firm saying Nick if I needed to, and Nicholas. Yes, full naming. Full naming. It's some serious stuff. Surname is rather common, had some really bad connection with that part of my family, so I changed it to the surname of my great-great-great-uncle. One of my grandfathers traced back to the 1500s as an ancestor who was a miller and had a forename I've always been obsessed with from a book I wrote. Felt it was too special a coincidence. I love that. I love that. That's wonderful. I'm glad you found a name that you feel fits you better and doesn't have that connection. Both have a fun story to them. Emirel comes from Little Baby Kid Me, Horace misreading Emmanuel. No! Drifting Light comes from a long process on Tumblr in the RP community. I just dragged that over to Twitch, but Twitch wouldn't let me add Of the Woods to it. Oh, Drifting Light of the Woods. That's beautiful. I'm Cozy Witch because someone told me once that I had Cozy Witch vibes. My look had Cozy Witch vibes. And I stuck with that. I added it on my Instagram, and then I kind of stuck with it. And then I ended up being called Cozy by most people because I didn't realise when I started on Twitch, when I started joining communities on Twitch, that you get called sort of a half of your name most of the time. So I just became Cozy, and then that became the name that people were calling me in real life. So husband gets Swamp Witch vibes. I mean, that's a goal, Floss. That is absolutely a goal. I have many friends who all chose their names. I faultlessly used their names and pronouns as informed, but when I started using another name, not a single one of them used it. But it's rather disheartening. Apparently cishet white guys aren't allowed to do it because it undermines those who need to change their names. Pointed out to them they knew me as cishet, because frankly it was how they'd always seen me and never actually asked. I'd lost some mates over that. Well, if they're going to be gatekeepery a true, they do not deserve you. If you have found a name that works for you, and feels right to you as a person, regardless of how you identify, that is your choice, and you should not have people around you who are telling you that that's something that you can't do because you have to be like a member of a specific community. That is absolute rubbish. If you're not happy with your name and you have a name that suits you better and helps you, and is going to help you feel happier with yourself, do it. Do it. Gatekeeping change it. I know, right? What is that about? Drifting Light became drifting because of that and led to the joke of my Joy-Con is drifting. Leave me out of it. British uncle coming to see us to read has the same name as you. Uncle Aflaf is coming. Yeah, that is very true, Bo. You didn't lose any mates over that. You lost people who didn't care enough to learn about you. Are true. And we love you. We think you're freaking awesome. So at the end of the day, names are just here so we don't have to keep saying, hey, you, not you. That is totally true. It's totally true. Yeah, your name, your choice. Your name, your choice. 100%. I'm sorry that happened to True. I know it sucks when people are like that, but, well, not like that, because I've never actually heard of anyone being that dumb before. Fuzzy's brother shares my government name. I'm Bo, but home. Yep. Music teacher said I don't need a stage name. Oh my goodness, no. I'm not going to say it, but just so you know, our incredible Aflaf here, excellent mod, total dude, has a fantastic government name. Like, just an excellent one all over. And yes, would definitely not need a stage name. It is rather excellent. Don't mind my names. Perversely proud of the fact that my first and last names are valid in Scrabble, so as my middle name if you abbreviate to Tony. Oh, hey Anton, how are you doing? Happy New Year. I know I've already said it to you, but Happy New Year again. And Fudgy is Oni-chan, which she annoys me. Bud. The government name is boring. I like your government name. I like your government name. Stage names are amazing. It seems like a good way of keeping some privacy. Yeah, I mean, you have some people where they're kind of weirded out by stage names. Or they're weirded out by people changing their names or being known as something different, and you're like, but you're okay with people having stage names, you know? Whoopie-doo, yeah! Yay! Hold on. Shared a lovely image of Facebook of a mum holding a baby and said, I named you because I didn't have a voice, and then a mum having a teenager wrapped in a trans flag, and now you do, you can choose whatever you want. Yeah, absolutely should. Not just for trans kids, for anyone. Really unusual for a government name. Did you change it to boring, or was it your parents that picked that out?